This is so ridiculous. Coming back at you now with another episode of the Pre-Ride Show, sponsored by FSA. Pure Gravel crew on the scene here in the Flint Hills of Emporia, Kansas. And we're just out looking for some more interviews to take with, you know, we never know what you're gonna find out here. It's a beautiful day, and I think the weather's gonna hold out too come race day on Saturday. Oh, hey.
Hey there.
What's up? Everybody, this is my friend Tyler Pierce. You might know him better as Vegan Cyclist. Bro, what's up?
Just out here for a little spin, checking out the terrain.
You got a mini one? You want to sit down?
Absolutely. You got coffee?
Absolutely. Jump up. This is so cool. I love how this happens. Totally spontaneous action out here in the remote hinterlands of Kansas. And you're just taking it out, taking a little spin.
Yeah, trying to check out, you know, the surroundings.
Service with a smile even. Bro, good to catch up with you.
Absolutely.
Been following you along with all your crazy adventures. It's probably a good place as any to start. The first one, through and across Death Valley, the impossible route. How did you even conceptualize this thing and think, yeah, this is possible on a bike?
Well, that's the whole thing, is that it's called the impossible route. So we're trying to find something that is impossible. That no one's ever done before. And, you know, the idea was actually the project was called The Long Way Home. And that was to start down near Mexico, do that route, and then cut back into Yosemite.
Okay.
But if you do that, you have to ride in the summer and Death Valley is going to kill you. And so we had to do it kind of early, and then there was a snow. So anyways, we kind of had to just make it 7 days, but it was actually supposed to be a little more like 10 days. And then we were supposed to like throw our bikes on our back and hike over this like glacier. I'm glad we didn't do that because it was already very tough.
Hard to carry all the ice climbing gear in addition to your camping gear and food and water and everything else you need.
It was a lot.
But all that did though was spur even more impossible ideas and different routes that you've got planned. One that you probably just finished up with, but maybe isn't out for public consumption yet?
Yeah, it's the Trans-Appalachia Lost Roads. And so a lot of history on that one. That one was fully self-supported. So that one will come out soon. And then we've got 2 more planned for the rest of the year. But then, you know, that's not the only thing you want to do. You want to also race, right? I mean, I love adventures, but I want to put myself on the chopping block. So we're here at Unbound, where I have some...
We might have to just chill for a second. The farmer would like to... We're not sure that he's too pleased with us being... He wants to talk to us, Chris.
Oh, all right, let's talk to him then.
We're gonna chill right here. We're gonna hold the phone. RV. I think this gentleman would like to speak with us. Keep the camera running.
This is a good...
So, this is what happens when you're doing live videos on the scene in remote locations. You get to meet the interesting people of the area, and we'll see how this turns out. This ought to be a compelling part of the discussion. Our coffee's going everywhere. Goodness sakes.
Let's go it.
This road going to be on the route?
No, sir.
Okay.
We're just doing a little video project on your beautiful property here, if that's okay.
I was just curious because we're getting ready to try to work those cattle, and if it was going to be on, there would be no use trying to pen them
No.
when you was all going by. That's what I wanted to know.
Nope.
If you was going by here and when, I wanted to know, so I wasn't trying to pen cattle that day because they'd go berserk.
What happens when cattle go berserk?
They go every direction imaginable.
Except where you want them to go.
Right.
Beautiful.
So beautiful.
Well, it's green this year. It's been rain, so you can't do nothing. All right. Sorry to bother you.
No bother at all. Thank you.
No, it made you walk so
I told
far.
2 or 3 of them, but it wasn't going soaking through. I just wanted to ask the question.
See ya.
So we just learned, don't piss the cattle off.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, they'll go berserk.
They'll go berserk. There's nothing worse than a berserk herd of cattle because they just, as we found out, they go everywhere. Back to racing.
Yeah, so I have some unfinished business here. In 2019, I decided I'm gonna get extra hydrated, and I drank all these coconut waters the night before and ate a ton of salt. And I didn't know this, but you can get overhydrated.
Right.
And so I had more salt in my stomach than was in my body.
Yep.
And so the salt was then going into my stomach. So I had a stomach full of fluid and was more dehydrated than I have ever been.
Because it absorbs all the water in the outside of your system.
And so I couldn't drink any more water. The water was literally in my throat and I was dehydrated. I made it, but it was death. And so, yeah, I'm hoping that I'm gonna, do a little better this time.
You've got these 2 massive rides under your belt, and I know you train a ton anyway. Any expectations that you're setting out for yourself in terms of how are this all going to play out? Or?
Well, when you see the start list, I mean, the expectation goes way down, right? But I think top 50 is definitely within the cards. Top 20 would be a career highlight for me, right? But that's the thing about Unbound is the luck aspect. You can have the fitness, you can have the game plan, you can have the nutrition, but if you just don't have luck on your side, Taylor Finney on 2019 had like 17 flats, right? And so we'll see how it plays out.
It only takes one, and then you're no longer a outcome. You're no longer participating in the outcome of that race. So aside from all these other extravagant events and impossible rides that you're planning, I know you got your hands on a lot of other things. What else is cooking in the world of vegan cyclists?
I have a Yosemite cycling camp that will happen this year. We've got an elite race team, Ride Bikes Pro. I've got a clothing company, Ride Bikes Pro, that I'm trying to build up. But I'm also trying to be the best dad and husband that I can be. And that's a very hard thing to balance. Cycling is so selfish. And so, especially this trip, I haven't seen my kids or my wife in like 2 weeks. I'm so homesick. And so that to me is my highest priority, is to make sure that my wife still digs me and my kids know who I am, while showing them that you can go out and achieve some pretty cool things.
I thought the most poignant moment of the video you did about the first impossible route was right there at the end, with you and your wife embracing after what was the most confusing ending to the story that could have possibly been. You do this amazing ride across Death Valley, and in the last 2 feet, bro, you slide out and break your damn leg.
I don't even know what to say. I was in a euphoric state unlike I've ever been in. The elation, I don't have a vocabulary to describe it. So I felt invincible. And I came in, did that skid, and I don't even, 99 out of 100 times, nothing's gonna happen. But it was the wrong time in the wrong place. And then, it was very frustrating. And so we had to go to the hospital, we had to get home. And when I got home, I hadn't had a chance to digest the emotions of that trip. And my daughter, when she hugged me, she just gripped me so tight, and I lost it. I mean, I just started bawling like a little baby. And, it's one of the greatest moments of my life, really.
It was beautiful and it was special, and I know that everything you touch is that way. And man, we're looking forward to seeing you with a great performance on Saturday and all these other impossible routes that you're going to tackle throughout the rest of this year, man.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm looking forward to it. The weather seems really good, and it's riding bikes is an amazing thing. It takes you to some amazing places. We just learned about cows going berserk. I don't think I would have learned that without riding bikes.
Never, never, ever. Vegan Cyclist joining us on the pre-ride show presented by FSA. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe and hit the little bell on the side. That way you're notified of all the future episodes that we drop while we're here this week in Emporia for Unbound. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.